wondering how we should breathe when we do double scales. I get out of breath when doing these ones. Okay, so double scales, meaning when there are two scales in a row. I'm assuming that's what you mean. So like a okay, double scale, two long scales in a row, or that's octave. The long scales are often the ones where people run out of breath. Okay, so once you get to the breathing lesson in Master Your Voice, I teach you how to make your breathing really efficient, engage the diaphragm, all that jazz. But the biggest reason people run out of breath is not because their breathing is so bad, but because they're singing their scales too breathy. This is 9 times out of 10 why you're going to run out of breath. It's too airy, so there's literally just too much air leaking out your vocal cords. Right? I'm out of breath too. We're not going to be able to get through a double long scale if we're singing too breathy. So that's the first thing you want to check, is to make sure you're getting a clear tone in your scales. You shouldn't be able to hear any extra in your tone, okay? I teach this in Discover Your Voice and again in Master Your Voice, so go through those lessons too, or for the first time, or review them if you're still struggling with a breathy tone, because I teach you how to get that clarity using consonants like G and B are really good for that. But in the meantime, if you're still having trouble with those double long scales, you're running out of breath, probably my best recommendation would be skipping the second half of the second scale. I think you should be able to get that far, but basically, so instead of going and just wait for the piano to play the rest of it, that gives you time to take a nice big breath before the next one starts. It is important in these double scales to not take a breath in between the scales, because often what these scales are designed to do is to slightly shift gears, shift vocal coordinations and resonance without taking a breath and essentially resetting the voice. So suffice it to say, we don't want to take a breath in between the scales, but it's totally fine if you sit out the later part of the scale. You don't need to understand why that works. It just does, okay? But number one thing is to make sure you're getting a clear tone and work on that if you're not.